Hey beauties, good evening to you beautiful people. All right, beautiful people. So I was in a previous video talking about, the very gifted, talented, effervescent, no nonsense, fearless former senior superintendent of police Renato Cardova Valentino Adams as it relates to, having a new commissioner and will it create any change. You can go and listen to that one. And what I heard the maestro said, the guru said. All right, so I was captivated by the headline on today's Gleaner, tough test for wholeness. Political commentator, that is Lloyd B. Smith, I think that's his name, warns JLP leader must watch his back as internal tensions build. So I was reading the article and it brought up the whole situation there regarding Warmington and him being fired by the Prime Minister. And I remember his interview yesterday, when he said he was fired. And basically, he was saying that his hands were not tied. No one tied his hands. And when you read the Gleaner, he said that, the Prime Minister made a promise to him, so he should not have been moved by the shouts, by whatever people say to do whatever, to where he is concerned. So I guess he's talking about being fired from cabinet, that it doesn't matter that the cries of the people. And I suppose he's going to probably argue on the basis of his comment was not necessarily criminal. I would say it was more discourteous, probably unethical. And as I said, a good lawyer could argue to say he was referring to his personal money if, push comes to shove. So I guess he's saying that there is some level of potency on my end, and I'm just speaking, putting different words to how he may be bringing it across. And even the Integrity Commission said that he should, they want to take him down off whatever committee, but I think Minister Warmington may have missed the whole point. It is not so much on that particular comment, when they say the straw that broke the camel's back. They had several videos showing him putting up his middle finger, telling people to shut up, don't come with this darn nonsense, damn nonsense, the different outbursts by Minister Warmington, that even that little no, let me not call it banter. Banter is something more friendly. That combative exchange of words, I wouldn't say vitriol, but that those combative exchange of words between him and Daryl Vaz, you still not learn. You still have not learned your lesson. Me no want same head tough, but in Jamaica, that's how we would coin it. Like when you're not learning a lesson, we say it's like your head tough, sort of a situation. And I suppose Warmington is saying you must have backbone. Doesn't matter what the people say, you still keep me by your side because I'm the one who protects you from vipers. Basically, if you listen to what he had said, he protects him from vipers. Because I don't know who the vipers are, if they're internal or external or both. I just remember him using the word protect him from vipers. Vipers is a serious word, So you wonder where the vipers coming from. They were interviewing Mr. Franklin, and I know they came across Favour Williams, and she said she has no comment, and the other short man there said he has no comment. And then the deputy chairman for the JLP spoke, Mr. Franklin, and said, like any other place, we have our issues. These are not issues that are strain that cannot be fixed. We just need to know what to do, like any other place and so on. So that we will basically cut the prize again in 2025. In other words, so he has given away that it's 2025 before the next election will be called, because he said 2025. So, I'm wondering, for the Lloyd B. Smith to say the JLP leader has to watch his back, that's a serious, cautioning to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, not only just the leader of the party, but the Prime Minister of Jamaica. When I continued reading the article, it started to mention the KCMC. Right, I get used to Jamaicans that say KCC. I guess that's why they don't say KCMC, because your municipalities in the word, which is the largest municipality, because it comprises Kingston and St. Andrew. And I guess it's a hub of municipalities where everything passes through, in terms of pay that goes to the mayor and all of the wonderful things. So it's a bigger prize, of the two. Like when you have the Miss Universe, you have the winner, but you have the first runner-up, second runner-up, sort of a situation. So, so it's like winning Miss Universe. Like who to blame, who are not to blame. Remember, this is speculation, but I can understand the speculation. By the laws of deduction and using some level of critical thinking skills, it would make some sense, because I guess, they tied, but the popular vote went to the opposing team. So they will get to choose the mayor, while the Jamaica Labour Party would choose the deputy mayor. So I can understand, the sort of antsy feeling and having, well, he said it's a usual Tuesday evening meeting. And but for that comment to have been made, the political commentator, I don't know if he has gotten any leak, in terms of something was whispered to him by a birdie, or he was a fly on the wall, because it's a very strong comment. It's frightening. I mean, we probably need to go into some prayer for the Prime Minister. We don't want to know that the Prime Minister has to be watching his back. Watching his back from who? Who are the predators? Who are the vipers, to use the words of Minister Warmington? Are they external? Are they internal? I mean, is it that he is going to have to up his bodyguard and more money that now from the taxpayers' pocket, because that's a very strong comment. It says, as internal tensions build, the JLP leader must watch his back as internal tension. So I'm not going to now think externally. I have to now think internally, because I'm looking at these words and they're very, very pointed. They're very, very pointed. That's a serious allegation. It's a serious caution, I should say, rather, by Mr. Smith. And some of the things that were posited in there I can understand. I didn't get the impression that the issue is so much with Wilmington. I mean, he was just, probably very disgruntled, to an extent, disappointed that he was fired. I suppose in the Prime Minister's mind, putting myself in his shoe, he felt he chose the lesser of the two. Had he not done some level of reprimand, or punishing, then the people of Jamaica would even eat his head even further off. I suppose they have started and reached his eyes, and I guess then he wanted to be able to breathe. So before they reached the nose, the nostrils, and the lips, he said, you know what, let me just call in this man and say, thank you for your service as cabinet, being a part of the cabinet, but you have to step aside, unfortunately, because your outbursts are many. And them go eat have me now. Then don't eat have me up here, so then don't eat have the pluck out the two eyes them. Me can't make them reach the nose. Me want to be able to breathe. Me can't make them reach my mouth. Me want to be able to talk for what me I go do. So you have to go step aside. You're still the MP, but me have to give you a little beating. Me have to hold out your hand middle and make me extend my ruler and give you some licking on your hand middle, Mr. Warmington. I'm just saying. So I doubt it. I think he would have been more disappointed, because I heard when Warmington said that his hands were not tied, and when you give your word, you don't go on your word, because people are pressuring you. And I guess for him, his comment wasn't criminal, there never had any criminal elements in it, when they had asked him, tried to make a comparison between him and Dennis Meadows, which he did have a point with. He said he can't compare the two because Dennis Meadows had criminal element. I mean, in terms of the content, had criminal elements in it. So, it's a very sad situation. But I hope that this comment will have to be rubbished. That the leader he doesn't have to watch his back. I don't know how to read that. I really and truly do not know. Sorry, beautiful people, how to read that. I honestly don't know how to read it. I can't guess and spell. Because these days you don't know how to take things. But that's a very, when somebody has to make a comment like that he has to watch his back, that is something very serious. That is something very, very serious. Nothing to be ignored. But Mr. Franklin said it's issues that can be fixed. They should be ripe and ready for the next general election. So, guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.